Welcome back to Batman Enemy Within, where
Alfred, keep the drones on alert.
They're online and overhead.
Joker seems to be
Don't let
dropping
your
off the
guard
laptop with Batman just as
He's
planned,
here.
which is confusing, because it constitutes a betrayal of Bruce that doesn't make sense for his character. Really,
Any minute now. Bat's supposed to be punctual or not? And they say heart disease is a silent killer. How do you even do that?
Did you get it?
It didn't feel great, stealing from her. It felt like there was a little Harley with a halo on this shoulder telling me not to do it, and then a bat on the other whispering, "Just get it, John." Or did you have the halo and Harley the horns? You must run across this in your line of work. How do you deal with doing something good?
please be a little bit more Bruce and a little less
Burying
Batman
someone
right
you
now.
love? Because it certainly didn't feel good. Quite the opposite, in fact.
I serve the greater good, John. I can't let my feelings get in the way of that. If someone I care about is on the wrong side, that makes them my enemy.
A black and white
That feels like the moment where Batman just told John that Joker should shoot Bruce Wayne. We'll find out if I'm right.
so much easier to parse.
Because
did
that's
bring
the whole
my
thing.
thing.
That's the whole thing about Batman as a entire narrative, as a character, as comparison to his villains. The line between Batman and his villains is not very far. Like they're not that divided, right? Like while they narratively represent diametrically opposed sides of the law, sides of like money and economics and preservation of life and normalcy and all these other things. Like if you compare the people themselves side by side, they are basically more often than not pretty close to the same type of people. It is strongly emotional people with a lot of trauma and a strong drive to do what they think is the best choice. So the flip between Joker becoming a villain and becoming a hero is not that different. Like I don't think I've ever seen a hero Joker before, but I don't know if by definition they never do that or if occasionally it's happened. But like, there's plenty of narratives where Batman turns somewhat bad or compromises his morals or something and like has to grapple with that, or goes full questionably villainous. And likewise, like, this to my point, if with a black and white philosophy like that leads to, especially with a naive interpretation like John is more likely to have, that becoming a superhero that seems like a supervillain to others or vice versa it's very blurry.
By the way, don't you worry. Perseus, I bring you the Gorgon's head.
That's impressive.
So, is Batman happy? You look pretty happy.
Batman, be nice.
I'm happy. I did something for
You're
you.
terrible at making
Maybe
allies.
You, could do something for me.
Like?
Teach me. Anything. What about those, boomerangs you have? I promised to only use it for, hero things. Probably.
Ew. Is he gonna try and keep a Batarang? Fuck it.
Probably.
Fine.
So awesome.
Batarang. Long-range weapon. Effective. Dangerous.
Nailed it. Dead on.
Your turn.
On my oh gosh. My hands are sweating.
Use your free hand to help you aim. It'll follow your elbow. Don't overthink it. Just throw.
Aw. Father-son time.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
It's okay. Practice makes perfect.
Maybe get him a baseball.
Can I can I keep it?
No.
No.
Working with you, Batman, it's just been wow. What I meant to say is, it's been an honor. If you ever need someone to watch your back,
I do think this is going to go more to the version of Joker gets too chummy, Batman finally has to push him away,
exciting,
and he doesn't like that.
To new beginnings.
You have potential, John. Do something good with it.
Well, with you to look up to, how could I go wrong? Do you have a cape, guy? Because I was thinking about updating my look. I'm your man on the street. Literally.
He's not going to be subtle about this. Somebody's getting in trouble for this. What is this? This facade of Wayne Manor is really bad, but the worst part is the circle in the middle that's clearly supposed to hold a fountain and doesn't have one. Oh.
Selina.
What? Wait, why did you... You walked in, looked at the blood, went, and then closed the door, and then said Selina? What order of operations here, man?
I had nowhere else to go. I guess I was a fool for thinking I'd be safe here.
How did you get inside?
Just what are you insinuating, Bruce? That I broke in?
Well, I mean, did you?
No, genius. I was invited in.
Maybe we should just start from the beginning. What happened?
I'm glad you're here, Bruce. Miss Kyle is injured. I've dressed the wound as best I can. I trust you told him about your motorcycle accident?
I was just about to.
Have they
If you don't
met
mind me
before?
tending to her wounds. I couldn't turn her away. Not in her condition.
Not at all. Thanks for taking care of her.
You've been so good to me, Al. I don't know how I would ever repay you.
But of course.
I hate to ask, but
Why is everybody
would you mind
acting
giving
so
Bruce and I a
weird?
second to talk?
How can I refuse?
And Alfred's being awfully chummy and polite with her. The fact that he let her in the first place.
I'm pretty sure he's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. And you don't want to be the one who pushes him over the edge.
You're right. He's been off lately.
Well,
I'm
and
glad
every
you're
time,
aware. You're lucky to have each other.
every time I try and reassure him, I apparently pick the wrong
Whoa,
thing.
what are you doing?
Relax. I'm just changing out the bandage. Be a doll and hand me a clean piece of gauze. Been through 2 dressings already.
I mean, that might be indicative that the bleeding is worse than, you know, something that can be treated in this
There.
way.
Good as new.
The look of that definitely looks
So,
like you
wanna tell me
need
what really
stitches.
happened? We both know you didn't get this from a motorcycle accident.
I was ambushed by your friend Gordon tonight. Thought you knew. You and Gordon are so tight. He must have mentioned he was coming after me.
I didn't think he'd actually catch you.
So you did know. Why didn't you warn me? I thought we were friends. I never thought you would give me up.
Okay, yeah, I did step in this one. I mean, I didn't expect her to show up in my house. Everybody's being really weird. We go to Riddler's. She fucking fights me. Steals my shit to go where? I don't even know. Because she said, like, it was her problem now because she didn't deal with Riddler when he was, you know, unstable or whatever. So some sense of like guilt or whatever. But she doesn't say why. But then she gets... I assumed she was like kinda gone at that point, and she would show up at another random time when it was narratively relevant for her to meet back up with the party. I didn't think she'd show up 3 scenes later beat to shit. I didn't really think I genuinely didn't think the GCPD would have a great chance of getting her. I mean, narratively, I kind of expected that if Gordon made a threat, that the game would make good on the threat in order to ensure from a gameplay perspective that it appears the choices have consequences. But she would have showed up in this room anyway, right? Like if I'm metagaming, she would have showed up in this room either beat up or not. Or maybe beat up under different circumstances. I just didn't expect it to be now. I don't like just saying you betrayed me, because as much as that's true, it's very pointed in a moment when she's vulnerable and we're clearly in a transition point in this relationship where this could be making or breaking her allegiance to, you know, my side of things. But she's already like off on her own. It's so weird that she showed up here at all, let alone that Alfred, who has been giving me shit about her for 2 games now, is suddenly like, sure, come on in, I'll bandage you up, no questions asked. There's no way he believes she was in a motorcycle accident, right? Surely. Did she actually show up dressed like this, or did she show up in her Catwoman outfit? I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions. This feels clunky. It feels forced. Everybody for the last like 4 scenes is acting really weird and kind of out of character. And I hope there's a good reason for it, because I hope it's not just a like everybody has to act weird in order to force the next beat of the narrative to work out. I never thought you would give me up, not to the cops. She asked why I didn't warn her. The correct answer is I thought you were already gone, and I thought Gordon's threats were idle threats, and if they got tipped off that I let you go, that would have come back on me. Like, explaining all that is the correct answer, but none of the above are options. Being silent feels bad. I think I go with I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
I know you're confused about a lot of things right now.
I'm glad she's understanding.
I was hoping I wasn't one of them. Listen.
You fucking
this little
kicked
game
me.
We play. You know I've always enjoyed it. The tit for tat. It's fun. But tonight, you've taken it too far. Way too far.
I've taken it too far. Not sorry feels really rude. I'll make it up to you feels like begging. Don't guilt trip me. I
Is
think
that why you came here? To guilt trip me?
No. I came for Harley's laptop.
Why is the laptop so important to you?
I wanted to get payback for Riddler. On my own terms. I let my temper get the best of me.
Yeah, you did.
But this is bigger than my vendetta.
Well, then work with Batman instead
I
of
want to find
fucking...
that black site. Before they do.
The laptop is useless without Riddler's decryptor.
Good thing I brought it then.
You have the goggles too?
Not so fast.
What
are
is
you
this
offering me in
transition? Now they're being chummy?
You know when it comes to-
She just said that he took it too far and they weren't... Why are they... Nah, I gotta look this up. I'm getting annoyed. I need to know what the alternate narrative of this is if you don't make this decision. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't have full details, and it's not like I went and watched a whole alternate playthrough. And I won't spoil what I actually did learn. But the answer is basically that they come to the same conclusion via a different route, and who has what and goes where is flipped around a bit. It's a weird choice, and this still feels very forced. I think the alternate path seems like it is equally as forced. And I really don't know how or if this has any permanent impact on Batman's relationship with Catwoman or Bruce's relationship with Selina. It doesn't... The quick lookup I did not imply that there was a that heavy of a relationship impact, but or really it didn't say anything about it. So I don't know. I would like to see the alternate dialogue, but I'm not going to rewind it to play it out differently. I stand by my decisions that, like, I don't know, man, Selina, it really looked like you were just betraying me for your own ends. Even if it was, you just being emotionally agitated because you felt personally responsible for Riddler's behavior. Like, at the very least then you don't lead... Like, if she was actually genuinely feeling apologetic about that, she doesn't come in here and go, why did you betray me? How dare you? Or she does, but not before she says, hey, I freaked out and I did something wrong. Sorry. So it would at least make this scene, this part that we're at right now, feel more natural if she apologized for her part in the mistakes being made here. Like, obviously neither of us are purely at fault or purely innocent in this scenario. So being able to say, like, hey, I made a bad decision here and actually I need your help, and let's let bygones be bygones, rather than saying you've crossed a line. Very immature.
Me, nothing is for free.
She wants to know what she gets? I don't like me. That feels too playboyish. If we give her Riddler's plan, is she going to go try and sell that to somebody? She's going to find out anyway, right?
You give me the decryptor and we will crack this code together. I promise.
Okay, I'll give it to you. But on one condition.
What do you want from me, Selina?
I want you to admit that you need my help. I want you to say, Selina, I need you. I can't do this without you.
Oh, honey. Get a grip. What are you trying... This is actually a very interesting interaction. So does she... like psychologically, where's she at? Is she manipulating me, or is she looking for, is she like just desperate for an affirmation, or is it somewhere in between? Because this feels, the surface level scan of this would look like it's, you know, her trying to get me to kneel to her and be, you know, appear in a somewhat subservient position, as if, you know, as if Batman needs Catwoman in order to get his job done. But the true answer here is, honestly, Selina, if push came to shove, I punch you in the face right now and I take this all from you, and then we call the GCPD and tell them to pick you up. Like, you're not really in a negotiating position, and you brought me everything I want. So if I don't have any scruples about you personally, I could easily throw you under the bus in this moment. But we have the previous emotional bond, which, if we ignore the fact that that is a variable that has varying levels of depth depending on the decisions you've made before this, this reads to me a little bit more like she's looking for confirmation that she's on the right track, that she's not. This is like something that she's psychologically struggled with over both games, is like her place in the scale of like villainy and heroism, because she doesn't really, she likes working with heroes, she likes working with Bruce, she has a personal attachment to Bruce, and she doesn't really want to do evil things. She gets wrapped up with a lot of people that she repeatedly has said, oh, I didn't like working with this person, I didn't like the way that person acted, I didn't want to be in this situation where I was forced to provide for somebody who was doing something that was truly evil and I don't approve of. But so this feels more like, it makes me think as Batman, like, what's the responsibility of Bruce, as if we are considering them to be continuing friends, what's the responsibility of a friend to give their friend affirmations, to say, you know, let's go on the right track, or whatever version, or psychologically reassure them, you know, encourage them, in whatever way they're asking to be encouraged. You know, that's an important part of friendship in general. But if she is so volatile, and like we can't accurately assess her emotional state whatsoever, really, and she's repeatedly shown that she has these random volatile moments where she sort of strikes out on her own, and we have no reason to believe that she's gonna suddenly turn around on that. Who she's gonna go to with it, who knows? I mean, I don't think this is a case where she goes and turns in Batman and or Bruce to the cadre of villains, because she doesn't particularly like them, and she doesn't think they like him, or they don't like her, and she doesn't like them. Anyway, this is such a weird exchange. Oh man, those are brutal. Ooh, I didn't expect that. I mean, I expected some of it, but not all of it. You're the one who needs me. I will never need you is brutal in a way that's completely unnecessary. You're the one who needs me is open to interpretation, and because this isn't exactly the words that we will say, I really don't know what the emotion behind this is. Because this could be a how dare you, I'm in charge, or it could be like, hey friend, let's be real about this situation and not don't be telling me to beg. This isn't the time. Is she gonna be mad if I say option 1? I'm gonna pick option 1 and I'm gonna restart the scene.
Say it and it's yours.
You're the one who needs me.
Nope. I don't like the tone he said that with. Don't like that. That was incredibly rude, Bruce. You might as well have just said, "No, but I will never need you." What the fuck, dude? You can't do that. I guess my option is to say I need you. Oh man, we're way back. It's fine though. Maybe I pick some slightly different options here. Yeah,
Selena.
say Selena before
I
you
had
enter,
nowhere
before
else
you
to
close
go.
the door. It's weird.
I guess I was a fool for thinking I'd be safe here.
Yeah, let's do it a little
Glad you're
different.
here.
Are you?
Maybe we should just start from the beginning. What happened?
I'm glad you're here, Bruce. Miss Kyle is injured. I've dressed the wound as best I can. I trust you told him about your motorcycle accident?
I was just about to.
Hope you don't mind me tending to her wounds. I couldn't turn her away, not in her condition.
Not at all. Thanks for taking care of her.
You've been so good to me, Al. I don't know how I would ever repay you.
But of course.
I hate to ask, but would you mind giving Bruce and I a second to talk?
How can I refuse?
I'm worried about him, Bruce. I'm pretty sure he's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. And you don't want to be the one who pushes him over the edge.
You're right. He's been off lately.
I'm glad you're aware. You're lucky to have each other.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Relax. I'm just changing out the bandage. Be a doll.
I know it's for effect, but the fact that her face is so bloody and dirty is like be the first thing I would clean up.
Already.
There. Good as new. So, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I don't know
We
what
both
that
know you
interaction
didn't
is
get this
about. Can
from
I
a
not? Can I not
motorcycle
do it?
accident.
I was ambushed by your friend Gordon tonight. Thought you knew. You and Gordon are so tight. He must have mentioned he was coming after me.
I didn't think he'd actually catch you.
So you did know. Why didn't you warn me? I thought we were friends.
Do I want to see a different path here? I kind of do.
I never thought you would give me up. Not to the cops.
I tried, but you ran out and wouldn't listen.
And in return, I get life in prison? And here I thought you cared about me. Listen, this little game we...
Did it say she'll remember that the last time? How did it play out before? I said I didn't know, or I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, that was more accusatory than I like. Okay, I'm gonna replay this and not make you watch the whole thing. I'll be right back.
So you did know.
Okay, we're back. Picking again.
Why didn't you warn me?
I think
I
we're
thought
just
we
gonna go with
Friends.
this because I
never
don't
thought
like
you'd
any
give
of the
me up.
answers.
Not to the cops.
I honestly don't know.
I know you're confused about a lot of things right now. I was just hoping I wasn't one of them. Listen,
I don't know.
this little
You
game
don't make
we
things
play,
not confusing.
You know I've always enjoyed it. But tit for tat. It's fun. But tonight, you've taken it too far.
What do you
Way
mean,
too
me?
far.
I don't like make it up to you because it makes it feel like I'm admitting like sole fault, which is how her presentation seems to be. Nah, we're
Is
we're
that
going
why
with
you
this
came
again.
here? To guilt trip me?
No. I came for Harley's laptop.
Why is the laptop so important to you?
I wanted to get payback for Riddler. On my own terms. I let my temper get the best of me. But this is bigger than my vendetta. I want to find that black site. Before they do.
There's
The laptop
definitely a
is useless
bigger
without
story with
Riddler's
her
decryptor.
here,
Good thing I brought it then.
but they're hiding it. I don't
You have the
like
goggles
that.
too?
Not so fast. What are you offering me in return? You know when it comes to me, nothing is for free.
We'll keep
You
with
give me the
this.
decryptor and we will crack this code together. I promise.
Okay, I'll give it to you. But on one condition.
What do you want from me, Selina?
I want you to admit that you need my help. I want you to say, Selina, I need you.
You know,
I can't do this without you.
another read of this would be like, is rather than thinking about Selina, because this is a written character rather than, you know, a real person, is this instead her being used as a literary thing only to force Bruce to admit that his like lonely nature and you know, solo vendetta is not doing him any good, and that it's harming the people around him, because that is really what this narrative is about. I mean, it's harming, he's lying to everybody in some form or another, he's neglecting his own needs and neglecting those of others, and he's pitting people he knows against each other because in some cases he doesn't have a lot of options because, you know, narrative railroading, but it's yeah.
Say it and it's yours.
Fine.
Selina, I need you.
And
I can't do this without you.
no, you can't.
What? That I did not expect. Let's just be friends, steal her bag, hold her close. The problem is, this is not a real person. Because a real person, and here's where you get into some weird stuff about talking about fiction. A real person with nuance and the potential for growth and all these other things, and who is not defined by the strictures of fiction, holding her close would be that's a pretty distinct commitment, right? In context, that's like, if the distinction is between, you know, a friendly gesture and a romantic gesture, then the betrayal, if that expectation is betrayed later, that has a lot more weight to it. That's in no small part because if you're doing with that with somebody in real life, you know them very well. We don't really know either of these characters beyond a few hours of their gameplay, right? We understand them as tropes and as the characters that they are in fiction, but we don't fully, we don't have the same kind of access to their psychology and an understanding of their what drives them, what agitates them, all these other things. So, or well, we sort of do, but in a very unreal kind of way. What I'm saying, what I'm getting around to here is, let's just be friends in a real world context would probably be the correct choice. With Selena, it probably isn't, because that is I mean, we've seen her be volatile and agitated at a whole lot of other things, and she's clearly got stuff going on with her affections and her, her need for romantic fulfillment, or just general emotional camaraderie that she lacks a lot in her life. She's tried to fill that in a couple of ways that we've seen, and it tends to bite her, which puts Bruce in a very odd position of being one of the only people that we are really aware of who has ever given her any sort of consistent stability and affirmation in her actions, in both parts of her life as well, right? Because even in the times when what's his name, Two-Face, whose real name I'm suddenly forgetting, even in the moments when he wasn't Two-Face, when he hadn't been injured yet, when they were just dating, being friendly, etc., even then, like, even if he was the perfect boyfriend at that point, he's still only catering to one side of her, right? And so really, Bruce is the only person that we know of, presumably, who has ever said it's okay to be Selena and it's okay to be Catwoman. Like, not that everything you do is okay, but that there's an understanding. So I think it feels almost unethical not to pursue the romantic aspect, which feels very weird to say, because in a real world scenario that would be really very, very much seen as incredibly manipulative and evil, to identify somebody as psychologically vulnerable and decide that the best way to get what you want out of them is to play exactly to their emotional needs, right? But I think in this case, if we don't, she goes down a bad path. And because Bruce is not us and we are not Bruce, we can write a version of the narrative where they are happily together. There's no reason, like, I can say as the player, I won't date Selena Kyle because she's, a cat burglar who works for incredibly dangerous people. But this is fiction. We can do what we want with it, and we can write a narrative where two people from opposite sides of the law get along and maybe smooch on each other.
I didn't expect this. This is nice.
And that feels earnest.
So...
Because weirdly in that moment right before where she asks us to be, to tell her we need her, like, that's a very emotionally vulnerable moment, like we were talking about before. It's very kind of needy, but it's honest in a way. It's honest by being dishonest. It's her honestly saying, I need this affirmation in this moment because everything seems kind of upside down. Versus what we just saw, which is her being more direct about her emotional needs. It's interesting. I actually really appreciate how much at least that I'm able to read into this, you know, how much excess of credit I'm giving to the writers is up for debate. I mean, we could get a whole discussion about authorial intent, but I think this has a lot of nuance that I think is really quite well done. Even if the gameplay itself is kind of clunky, and sometimes Bruce hisses when I think he's about to, you know, be a little bit gentle.
What now? Are we gonna crack Riddler's laptop together or not? I'm out on a line here. Don't leave me hanging.
Why is that a decision? That would be fucked up for him to like hug her, and then she's emotionally vulnerable, and then he goes, "It's time for you to leave." Ooh, God.
Come downstairs with me.
What's downstairs?
I don't love bringing her into the Batcave, but the alternative is breaching all of the discussion we just had. Showing her how to get in, though, is a step too far.
Are you coming?
I only hope that she doesn't betray us, and that maybe there's a chance for them to be genuinely happy, but it's Catwoman. It never really works out that way. Except for in Nolan's Batman, which was weird. I don't know why they did that. I'm gonna be really annoyed
I thought I'd seen it all when I found you hanging with the sewer rats, Bruce.
if this comes back to bite me later.
It's really you. Rich men and their toys. Only thing missing is a wet bar.
The cave shields my tech from surveillance and gives me direct access to Gotham's waterways. It's perfect.
Yeah, but it's so isolating. Like the whole world is just closed off. I know how hard it is to let people in. The fact that you've done that, it means a lot to me, Bruce. I didn't give a damn about anyone else until I met you.
I really hope this is earnest. It's actually really sweet.
You're a bad influence on me.
I didn't care about anyone either.
You? The guy who saves people for kicks?
It's not the same thing.
No. No, it's not. Well, aren't we a pair? Unfeeling monsters hiding in the basement. Being here with you. I came back to Gotham for a little redemption, but I didn't expect to find it next to you. It's nice. The way I feel around you, like I can be better. Do you maybe feel the same?
Ooh, and now we gotta decide whether they're gonna be a romantic relationship or not. Oh God. Why is this letting me back out of my decision earlier? Or is it actually committing to... This can't be a real decision, right?
I'm gonna kiss you now.
Like, that can't have any meaningful impact later, right?
That's what I wanted. I've missed this.
Not that it isn't important, it very much is, but like from a
Hold that
meta
thought.
writing perspective.
Is that what I think it is? What is my stuff doing on display in your cave? Alongside mementos of the psychopaths you've locked up? Not that you're normal by any stretch of the imagination, but...
Please let this be cute.
And there I am, right next to Harvey Dent. This has got to be good.
They remind me of you. Is that such a bad thing? Did you want them back?
Hold on to them. They look kind of nice there.
I mean, he kept your card. If anything, that should tell you the feeling behind it. Okay, we need to take a little break, but I've really enjoyed this exchange. It's clunky. This whole segment has been clunky in a variety of ways, but this is genuinely some of the best, like, emotion and writing around emotion and, like, psychological vulnerability that I've seen in any of the Batman games. Or any of the Telltale games, which is fascinating because I was pretty down on the first game and I haven't always been up on this one. But I don't know. Doesn't mean the whole game is going to be great, but I have to give them credit where it's due. Like those were some very well written and well acted moments. I'm very happy with that. Anyway, we'll come back and decode this with her next time.